and gentlemen, and welcome to the first My Hero manga review. Joining me is my guy who hosts the Black Clover manga reviews, as well as comes on the One Piece sometimes. He'll be coming on the My Hero ones as well sometimes. Mr. Jaz. Jaz, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing great.
Look, I'm excited to finally be talking My Hero because, you know, in our Discord, there's only a select few of us that like My Hero. So if you like My Hero, come join our Discord and come join the fight. Because I'm going to probably be doing most of these reviews alone, except for the times that you want to come on, because I know me and you, like I said, me, you, and Christian are really the only My Hero guys. So we've talked about My Hero before. We did a discussion, so y'all know our thoughts on it. You can go check that out on the YouTube. So we're just going to be here reviewing the latest two chapters, essentially. So chapter 370, what is this? 370, 370, and 369. So let's talk about 369 and 368 first, really, because the most important thing is that Luffy. Oh, Lord.
He already in the One Piece mindset. You can't get him out.
No, but like the crazy thing is, I was about to say Deku, but it makes sense because Deku has gears.
That's true.
I was thinking of the gears. And so we figured out what the second's power is. The second's power essentially is if he touches something, he can speed it up. Like, so what he did in the past, we see a flashback of him shooting a gun, and I'm guessing he sped the bullet up to try to kill All For One. That's why All For One was laughing at that nigga like, a bullet? But the power has grown stronger like the others over time. So I was confused in the chapter. Can Deku now use the gears to make himself go faster? Or is it just that whatever he touches makes him go super fast? So like he's using the whip and like putting it on the edge of the whip. So when he propels himself, he speeds up. I was kind of confused at those two.
I would like to think it's the latter. I'd like to think that he can affect his surroundings and not himself.
Not himself?
Because you got to think about it like...
Because then he would have super speed too.
Yeah, because the base power of One For All, it's already like it's like a stat boost all around.
It's essentially you turn into Homelander essentially without the eye beams.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like super speed, super strength.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's
more like okay, no, actually, because I guess All Might had a quirk, so for Deku it would turn him more into Captain America, a super soldier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
well, super soldier with like 9 other serums in him.
And see, we're talking about at the base. At the base,
oh yeah, the base. Yeah,
but then he turns into Superman once we get all these other powers. Because to me, I thought Fajin was the craziest one. You telling me I got a quirk that boosts everything else we do? So like, when I heard about Fajin, I was like, whoa, so I could take these, as much damage I take, I can turn that into a power up? That's nuts. And the fact that you can add that to second gear, plus All Might's one full cowling 100% smash, that's crazy.
Yeah, because it really puts into perspective how crazy Deku's gonna be. Because it already seems like he has like a pretty good hold on his.
He's already stronger than every hero that's out there.
Like, because like All Might was already doing like. All Might was already keeping keeping the peace with just like his regular
just his super strength, and speed.
But it's like Deku is like 9 niggas in one.
Like he has the Spider-Man whips. The nigga does the Batman smoke screen where he drops smoke. He can fly. He has, like you said, the super strength, and then now he has projectiles that he can send at damn near first gear, second gear, third gear, full gear. Like. What? And I also think that Oda gave a shout out to Oda. I think that this was Kishimoto's shout out to Oda, chapter 369. Hear me out. Not only does he...
you mean Horikoshi? You mean
Horikoshi? Yeah, my bad. I'm tripping. I said Kishimoto. I'm saying everybody the wrong name. Horikoshi, shout out to Kishimoto, I think was in chapter 369. Not only did he call his power gear, but look how he drew Shigaraki in this panel, and tell me this isn't Gear 5 Luffy. Like right here. Tell me that isn't Gear 5 Luffy right there. I feel like that's his ode, his homage to Oda.
Yeah.
That looks like the Toon Fist.
Yeah, you could you could kind of just tell like Horikoshi is an
Oda fan.
Oda stan, because it's kind of like
you
littered
use
everywhere.
gear in your manga, like you use gears in your manga, just the same way we can say that Tabata is a fucking Naruto stan. My God, I know we're not reviewing Black Clover till it comes back, but the shit that he did with Yami, Sasuke much?
Yeah, I was like, bro, I was like, damn, like why
you
everybody
really came out
like why everybody got to be with their clans? Why can't they just get along, man?
And out of all the people, Yami, like what? That's
they
crazy.
Said they set him up, but that's his story.
We go get to that another time. But back to 369, 368, Shigaraki getting his ass whooped. So I'm very interested to see how All For One moves accordingly.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because I mean, it's more so of like, because if this is just All For One, I feel like Deku would have ended him already. But you know, they still have to
see,
get.
They mentioned that.
Out.
They mentioned that in the chapter of the second was like, don't let up just because we have to save the boy. We will save him, but make sure you kick that nigga ass first.
Yeah, like it's like how in like
the second not playing around. The second understands that like, yo, this is the strongest we've ever been. We might not get another shot at this. You got to get this done.
Yeah, they like, look, get him down to this HP and like, look, we can make something work.
And see, for all the people who are like, Mirio should be the one, Mirio should have been the one, Mirio wouldn't have had any of these powers. Like, the only reason why it works is because Deku's quirkless. So that tells me, for the people who say Mirio, they don't read. Like, they're just like, talking.
I completely understood like people saying Mirio should have had the quirk before we figured out the quirk singularity stuff.
But once we figured that out, it makes no sense. Like, you can't have it.
Nah,
because all he would have been was All Might. All he would have been was a stat boost for his come up and come down, and we'd have to wait till the next person.
Oh yeah.
But then if you'd have got Mirio's quirk with that, and then you'd have got a quirkless person, my goodness, talk about like just OPness.
Nah, then that would be way too OP. You get to. So you mean to tell me you get to whip, phase, fly, a stat boot? No, that'd be the most broken hero.
Because like they could never punch you. It would be literally your Logia with all those other powers.
Nah, I'm kind of glad they didn't give it to me.
Exactly. And I'm also glad that Oda didn't make him Batman, because Shigaraki would have had to been completely different. There's no way Batman's beating Shigaraki with no powers. I'm sorry. There's no gadget Deku could make that would fuck him up.
Or it would have been like a coordination thing to where he would have like had a bunch of heroes, but then even at then, like
that, it would have been completely different. Yeah.
They can't box with them, so it's
exactly. So I like where we're at now. Do you think that we'll get, like, do you think that this fight perhaps ends and we get another arc, or do you think we're going to the end? Because it seems like
I want to say this is the end because we already had a war arc.
Yeah, true.
And this is like the
final war. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like
they send all the forces. You know no, for sure. I'm just so interested in like how much longer is it gonna go from this point forward?
I really want to say this should be like close to the end.
Yeah, like you think by the end of this year it'll be over? If not middle of next year?
Yeah, middle of next year, probably like fall of next year, probably.
Yeah, and then I could see us getting spin-off stories after that.
Yeah, because spin-off stories would really help, because
we see the hero adventures of like adult Todoroki, or like I feel like we're gonna get hero adventures of other people, and then while that's happening, I feel like the anime is gonna give us vigilantes.
Or if he wanted to, or if he like wanted to do like a part 2 to like My Hero Academia, like he could
where we continue the stories.
Yeah, like he could do spin-offs, like he could have like Deku and like Uraraka and like all of them, but like then give us some stories about like foreign countries, right?
Yeah, different.
So that way, like we get so like you.
But see, okay, no, all right. Let me pitch this to you, because I like foreign countries, but I'm saying if we go in the foreign country route, let's not even have that. Like, let's have them in Japan and let's just get a new character and zero in on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if we're gonna do My Hero in America, then I want to know the American issues, and like, because America didn't come help them. Stars and Stripes forced their way there. So that tells me, and All For One said that he has American homies who are strong as him. So that tells me y'all got your own issues. So let's just get a hero and focus in over there.
Yeah, like if it was a story about like an American hero, and then you have like a cameo of like a hero from My Hero Academia, that would work. That would work a lot.
Because they did say they're making 10 movies, and if this story is about to end, where are these other movies coming from? That tells me something else is coming.
Yeah, and I definitely want
more content. Turn it into DC, turn it into Marvel. We don't just have to be with Deku this whole time. Like, we've gotten the story of how he became the greatest hero. Let's see another hero. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see more people, especially like I feel like
especially after you introduce Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, because like then what's the point in introducing Stars and Stripes if you're not gonna go at least if you're gonna do another country, at least do America.
You have to, because you set it up to be this powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like there's no other country that like you made America that important. So let's do it. But anything else on 368, 369, it's just a fight. I thought the Gears was the most interesting thing.
It's really just evolution of Deku and seeing how he's gonna win the fight.
Which I love. And like the panel where the fact that he has like he's mastered his rage boost, where now instead of going full rage monster, it has his eyes. It's like almost like Super Saiyan Deku. Like he looks crazy. And like this panel right here with all the and I'm gonna put it in the YouTube, but I'm just doing this to show Jaz.
Oh yeah, I love that panel.
Oh my gosh,
Horikoshi can draw, man.
Yeah, Horikoshi's that dude.
Can draw.
Like it is beautiful to me. The freaking Daigoro Banjo, the whip nigga, he looks so cool with that steampunk goggles to the right. The bald head dude, he just chilling.
You know who he kind of when he first got introduced? You know he kind of remind me of Hellboy.
He does.
That's a little bit. Like
no, not even a little bit. Like a lot. No, that's a good call. He is human Hellboy. He looks just like him. And I'm so interested. Do you think it's gonna come up how the second looks like Bakugo?
They might make a joke out of it. I hope it's not like.
You think it's his ancestor?
It could be.
It possibly.
I mean, look, anything.
Because he looks just like him, and I feel like he did that on purpose. Maybe.
It's hard to say.
Also, I feel like this was a JJK love because these definitely look like Sukuna fingers.
Oh. Yeah. You see, he likes to put a little bit of everything.
He's showing love to everybody, but let's get to 370. 370, I felt, and this is the reason why we did this, is because I feel like 370 is so important because 370 builds out the world and shows us the struggle of mutants and shows us that, hey, just because we all have superpowers doesn't mean we wouldn't be racist. We just be a different type of racist.
Yeah, like it's
like that was crazy.
Like, yeah, I felt bad for my boy Rocklock because they ganged up on him first, and they were like, and they made face people. I was like, why do y'all go after him first?
The black guy. they made the black guy seem like a racist, and then all the eyes, like they didn't look like this for nobody but Rocklock. They hit him with "shut your mouth, tie him up. We've had enough. We're not rioters. Get his hands. You fucking, you always saying shit like that, you human face people.
But I feel
him though. Like, as a black person in America, we feel the mutants' plight.
But it's also like, I feel like this is something that should have been touched on. I mean, I'm glad it's getting touched on now, but it's like, there's so many like people that like are mutants. Like they aren't just humans with quirks, you know what I'm saying? Like their quirks literally turned them into mutants.
Yep.
And I think it's good to like see this part because it's like, well, yeah, I'm aside with the villains because society is
crazy. And see, to that point, I think it's interesting. That's why I think there has to be a part 2. Because you don't introduce something like this and just whenever Deku beats Shigaraki, oh yeah, this is everything solved. Like this doesn't get solved. So I think we will see things forward in this vein where we learn more about hero society. Like, yeah, the all for one thing is bad, but it's still not a perfect world. So we still need heroes to fix some situations like this.
Yeah, it's like all for one's like the first. It's like the first obstacle. It's like the first domino. Then you have a bunch of others you need to do.
So, but that was crazy. Poor Rocklock. Dude got trampled on. And then I feel for the other heroes, the animal, I don't know the animal nigga name. So, but he's just the animal homie. And he got attacked. They called him a filthy traitor. Anima. Really his name is Anima. And they looking for Tentacool. And we finally got to see Tentacool's face this chapter, how he's a mutant as well. And we learned that as a kid, when there was the first Civil War, that Hero saved him and didn't kill him. And he was like, y'all are just going to kill this hospital. And y'all not even worried about the casualties. Like, how will this save your situation?
Yeah, I thought that was some really good characterization.
I do too.
Especially watching the anime now, they did like I didn't forget, but like it really shows how like different the heroes and villains are, like as opposed to just being heroes and villains. It's like they make sure that like civilians are out of the way, but these guys are like, they don't give a society outcasts us, like we're the real heroes. And then he's like, wait, but you're literally
killing people,
storming a hospital, like like, did you even check to see if people were in the hospital?
Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing? And I think it's awesome that Spinner, someone who got corrupted and turned and used as a pawn by All For One, because Spinner, funny enough, his ideology comes from Stain, which is already anti-hero. So Spinner was the one with the most complex moral compass out of all of them. He was someone who didn't necessarily want to be a villain. So now, and I think it's awesome that you have that panel where he's like, has a blank mind. He's like, I can't think for myself. I'm just going to rage out because that's all I can do right now. And it's like, damn, Spinner, if Stain saw you, he would be upset. And I think it would be awesome if you got Stain to come to this part where Spinner is. I think that would be an amazing portion of the story.
I think that'd be great for his character.
Because I think Stain is around. We know he's out there somewhere. And there's no way he's not looking at all of this.
Like, there's no way he's not just doing anything. You know what? I was actually the where they're at in the anime was at the end where, like, they took, like, Hawks took care of twice, and so now that Dobby and Hawks fight is happening. But I never really I always thought about it, but Stain has probably the most impact on the story. Almost as much as All Might, I would say.
Yeah, like Stain. If you ask me who has the most impact on this story, you would go All Might, All For One, Shigaraki, Deku, and then the next villain would have to be Stain. It would have to be, because there's no, like, his effect is still being felt today.
Yeah, like even though, like, the villains, like, their objectives are different. Like, a lot of villains still, like, are just like, yeah, like, we'll be the real heroes because you guys are like all phonies. And it's
and that's Stain's original message of killing heroes who aren't All Might level, of trying to do heroic stuff. You're doing it for these false reasons and you don't deserve to be. Stain had and like that's carried over time and time again. And I would say we're starting to see Overhaul's effect with the taking quirk away stuff. I think that's coming.
Yeah,
because you remember the Aerie, All For One saw Aerie, and we still don't know why he was thinking about Aerie.
I hope she's fine. I really don't want that. Like, because, like, oh my god, that'd be horrible.
That poor
like,
child.
In the middle of like the All For One fight, and then All For One just like warps Aerie.
Yeah, it takes her power. Jesus
like,
Christ.
Oh man, no, I couldn't.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like, knock on wood, because I still am waiting for the moment of Aerie to be like, have to reverse somebody's quirk like on the spot, even though she already did Mirio's. But
I low-key thought she was gonna, like, I don't know why in my mind I thought she was gonna come on the battlefield
and save Bakugo. Yeah,
like that was my first initial.
Well, I was still waiting for, because the people were doing the whole theory shit of Bakugo going back in time and being the second user. I was like, oh shit, is this where it comes? Does she reverse his heart and then like just reverse him too much? I was like, oh shit. But no, I think Horikoshi's like, nah, Aerie been through too much. We're not bringing her to this shit.
Like, look, she a plot device.
Yeah,
you can't use her too often.
Can't use her yet. You're right. Too often yet. We got to save it for the end. But that's pretty much everything I got on My Hero Chapter 370. Just the fact that we got Tentacle's backstory. I think it would be a perfect time for Stain to come, and I finally gained respect for 8 Arms, nigga.
Oh yeah, he rocked him. He rocked Spinner. I was like, wait, so you not support? I was like, where was this?
Yeah, what has been? And like Spinner's all hulked out, and like that nigga hit him with the Gumu Gumu no Gatling.
Yeah, he was making this shit, boy.
And Oda even, I said it again because I'm about to say Oda. Horikoshi even drew the arms like Oda. I'm telling you, man, he been giving Oda to Oda, man. He has like that 8 blow. It looks just like Gatling.
Man, Oda got sons, man. Oda got sons, man.
Jaz, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Oh, yeah. Follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. Follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy. And follow me on TikTok, Cornell D. God.
Y'all let us know what y'all thought about this review. If you want more My Hero content, we'll get it more sooner. If not, it'll be like this where anytime we feel like dropping one, we will. But thank you everybody for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Follow me at LynBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. And for me and Jaz, we will be back with a Black Clover review next week because the chapter will be out. So be on the lookout for that. But until then, have a good one and peace.